Ratmore gang, it's another bonus episode of Ratlanta Man, and this time, okay, I thought we had the season finale, but now we're getting the crossover episode, okay? Because 21 Savage has basically come out to say F the streets is a lie, the streets is a myth. After spending years convincing the world to slide, that this gangster stuff is cool, that snitches and rats are the worst thing that you could possibly be. Now that it doesn't suit him, now that they're thinking, oh, you know what, people are calling me a hypocrite and a snake, tell you what, let me abandon my principles, okay? And look, part of me wants to support this, okay? Part of me wants to support this and say this is a good thing, but there's another part of me that just feels like the hypocrisy is so out of control, and I'm not the only one seeing it, okay? So look, let me put you on game. 21 Savage came out with a little flurry of tweets, okay? And he came out saying that he wants peace. All right. Basically, he was talking about the Gunna and Young Thug situation. He said, "You dudes fixed." He added Gunna and Young Thug. He said, "You dudes fix that stuff. You love each other. You knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time. He's talking about him being on Crime Stoppers, and we swept it under the rug for you. We know he wasn't trying to leave you to hang. F the streets. We ain't getting nothing but trauma from that stuff." This is making my brain explode. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. And I said this before, no one can fathom, why are you calling 21 Savage a snake? Why are you saying that 21 Savage is lame for what he's basically done behind the scenes in that leaked phone call when he was telling Young Thug we could clean up Gunna's face with the snitching allegations for money, for bigger points on his career? This just goes to show that Atlanta street business, Atlanta being solid behind the scenes was a load of cap from the beginning, okay? Now, I don't think Gunna ratted. I don't think him being on Crime Stoppers, he tried to help his mans, right? He tried to spin the Crime Stoppers, right? It was cool because Gunna was making you money. But now he's saying that, oh no, okay, oh no, it's cool. We swept it under the rug then, and we're going to sweep it. We tried to sweep it under the rug a second time, it didn't work, and then we decided to ruin this man's career, tarnish his reputation. And now it's F the streets. Now the streets don't matter. When it was F the streets and it was time to tell and time to take your plea and time to get out, all of that kind of stuff, you was a rat, you was a snake, you were ostracized from the Atlanta rap scene. But now it suits you. Now you realizing that all of this stuff is dumb as hell. It's time for you to change tact. If you'd have done this a year ago with some principles and stood up and said F the streets a year ago when everyone was on King Slime's dick, I might have had some respect for you. And then he hit up Wham. Whatever Wham says goes. Still crickets from Wham. Ain't heard shit from Wham about the Young Thug allegations or the Gunna situation. Said you one of the realest young dudes out here. Just admit Slime was moving the goalposts and we were standing behind him because we love him, my brother. I'm not going to lie. I feel like 21 is actually calling out Lil Baby and saying, look, you're one of the realest out here. Admit Slime was moving the goalposts. Now, I don't know if I'm reading between the lines, but it sounds to me like he's basically saying whatever Wham says goes. Wham, you need to hop out and basically say that Slime told. I'm not going to lie. That's low-key what that looks like to me, because it's like I was right all along. I said from when I did my expose on Young Thug in the interrogation tape, I said you can't have it both ways. Either nobody's a snitch or everybody's a snitch. If Gunna's a snitch, Thug's a snitch for an interrogation tape. If Gunna didn't really snitch, he just took a plea, he was trying to help his man, he was trying to get out of a bad situation, then Young Thug, you was trying to get out of a bad situation, you was trying to help out your mans. I can accept that, okay? But it's all or nothing. And it sounds like to me a little bit 21 is actually saying, yo, Wham, whatever Wham says goes. We still tumbleweed, nothing but tumbleweeds from Wham. And it's time for Wham to keep it real and come out and let us know. Okay, whatever you say goes. If Gunna a rat, Thug a rat, Woody a rat, Yak a rat, all of that. But if Thug clean, you know what I'm saying? He clean a littering. Gunna clean a littering. Yak clean a littering. Woody clean a littering. That's what I think, bro. And he hit up Quavo and Offset. He said, you guys tell the world I put you guys on group text and told you squash it before it even got this far. If y'all was still together, you would be unstoppable. It's all well and good putting everyone on a group text. And I said this in my previous video, okay? 21 Savage loves to put people in a group text and acts like he's doing something. He'd throw NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk in a group text if he could, all right? If Lil Durk got group iMessage on his Apple Watch, he'd be throwing Youngboy and Durk in a group message. Conveniently overlooking the fact that he was on a song called War About It, where Lil Durk is making fun of Quando Rondo's cousin getting killed in front of him when he screamed, no. He said, no. I said, let's go to war about it. I said, no. I bet you know the more got him. Where'd he go? But you know the war got him. And 21 jumps in. Nah, come on, down, like dumb and nose. You're making fun of his dead friend, and you want to talk about I tried to squash it. So honestly, I'm not really buying it. I'm not really buying it, okay? People are saying I still F with Savage in his music. I really wanted to make a collab tape or album with Young Nudie. I agree with his take on Lil Baby and damn well with Quavo and Offset. But as far as Gunna and Young Thug, nah, that man is MF beyond help at the moment. I agree with Darth Artorias that Gunna should stay the F away from his ass after that leaking stunt he pulled on not only the drama but the other BS. I don't think Gunna was responsible for the leaks. Some people are liking it. They're saying this is a breath of fresh air to me, the most stand-up thing I've seen from a rapper in a good minute. It is actually good, but it's too little too late. It's too little too late. This is cool. A year after you guys tried to blackball Gunna, it didn't work and he lapped everybody. Now the streets are dead. Oh, now the streets are a myth. You guys need to get in the gym. Get that six-pack on like Gunna. It says Gunna should stay away from Thug, and I agree about Quavo and Offset. They need to do this stuff for Takeoff. So Gunna and Thug need each other. They both dropped some mid this year. That's cap. Gunna dropped 2 back-to-back fire projects, and Young Thug's project just stunk. I'm sorry. That's just a fact. People saying I respect this more than his album. The album was not very good. Okay, people saying this is one of the reasons they rock with Savage. I actually respect it, but it's too little too late, and he's only doing it now because it suits him. All right. It's saying somebody explain what he means by the baby part. It says Thug tries to say what he did was snitching and they stayed behind him while publicly getting down on Gunna. Oh, sorry. Thug tried to say what he did wasn't snitching and they stayed behind him while publicly getting down on Gunna. That's facts. Moving the goalpost means that Thug is changing his definition of what snitching is and they stood behind him the whole time, knowing that Gunna and Thug were both in the wrong at different points. Basically, MFs are picking and choosing sides when shit needs to be called the same all across the board. 21 is saying that Baby needs to call it like it is. That is facts. That is actually the realest shit that has been said in this whole thing other than everything I've said. I'm going to keep it real. And this is facts. To be honest, Thug has looked the worst through all of this, which is why they need to be honest about it, because the public sees it as hypocritical at this point. It's facts. Gunna really out here minding his own business while everyone keeps talking about his silence is killing all his ops. All right? People are saying, nah, Gunna and Thug can't happen. Gunna needs to stay away from Thug. Act like they personally know these guys. They act like they know every detail. And what their Instagram posts tell them to believe. All these guys are way closer than you think. Stop acting like you know these guys and you don't want to see it. You don't know these people. It'll be the same ones letting rap politics affect the art and the music. Now, Thug would respond to 21 Savage in the first post saying the streets, F the streets, we ain't get trauma. We ain't get nothing but trauma from that. Okay? Thug would say F the streets. Now, some people were upset. They said, all you sex, money, murder, and that's the set of bloods that these guys are both from. All you sex, money, murder, dick eating for Pete boys need to see this. Both of these dudes dropped their flag years ago. It's obvious. Pete didn't know the rappers. Obviously, how the F he respect any of y'all, all right? Saying all you dudes know is Pete. It's multiple other blood sets that's going to keep pushing the 5 in the city. That's not going to stop nothing. Saying big fats dudes in this sub fanned out thinking that just because a few rappers making truces, that's going to cause dudes in the streets and in the prisons to put the weapons down and make dudes stop joining gangs. It ain't stopping nothing. And again, you guys made it cool to be a blood. You guys made it cool to be a gang member. You were talking big slime, big 4L. How many people did you guys convince to slide? How many kids got hurt? You saw me talk in my previous video about Atlanta. I see everyone butthurt in the comments, all right? Lil Baby was involved in a gang war. He went to a block he shouldn't have, filmed a music video, antagonizing the ops. They came back, shot it up. Kids got killed, all right? Cops called him out for his cowardly acts. All this gang shit that you guys made look cool ain't it. It ain't it. Like, it ain't it no more. I'm sorry, but it ain't it no more, all right? And it's twisted. It's twisted. It's messed up. But, you know, it's what can I say, man? I mean, it's just, they made it look so cool to be gang members, and now when it suits them, he's hopping on Twitter talking about F the streets, all right? And I feel like it's F the streets too, but I ain't ever been in the street. I was saying I wasn't ever saying F the streets, but I was basically saying the streets is a dead end. That street's a dead end, right? I was GPSing that street to be a dead end my entire life. Okay, it says, I have so many opinions on why they're doing all of this now, and one of it is simply because their sales ain't hitting on nothing besides Pluto. It says, I knew when Thug's last album flopped, it was really over. We've seen how lame Thug is now. It's Savage next, who really shouldn't get the treatment, but it'll come for Lil Baby. All right, it been happened to Baby. Other rappers that still got their image intact out of ATL. Mainstream popularity rise is only Future and Carti. Okay, people saying Baby got the album sales, if we can believe them. So this dude really burnt his whole empire down over a plea deal. Them calls in the interrogation video dropped and did a this you. Now he's humble and the streets are dead. All right. It's sad. So here's a slightly more positive take on Thug agreeing and saying F the streets, okay? Says Thug says F the streets. Is he about to get cool with Gunna? They're saying these dudes folded, now it's the streets' fault. Can't make this shit up. That's facts. That's facts. Dude just dropped an album called What Happened to the Streets. And embracing dudes who told, I don't want to hear no more rappers talking about Snitch K or nothing. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for this, and I agree. It's like, this comment is fire. This comment is fire. It says, I don't want to hear no more rappers say Snitch K or nothing. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for this. These dudes already done misguided the youth. You already convinced the whole generation of people to slide. Now it's fuck the streets. 21 Savage on that album talking about he a 9-figure N-word. He worth $100 million plus. It's easy for him to say F the streets. Apparently the original name for the album was actually The Streets Is Dead, but he changed it. These guys will be changing their mind last minute, saying these boys showing their ass. This shit got them spiraling. They know their flaws are showing. It's facts. This is so lame, dog. Maybe if it was actually genuine, but this is so goofy. It seemed genuine, but at the same time it don't. Like they're putting on a show and giving Thug away so that people won't look at him crazy when he drop a tape with Gunna, even after all the BS he caused in this first place. How these boys did just all of that to Rallo and Gunna and them QCP, but the streets are dead, lol. The streets are dead when their albums drop. When the albums are ass. And this is a great comment too. It says, so does this mean Slime Life, Shorty, Gunna, and all the rest of the rats get an apology? Because real stuff, that drama was pointless. The drama all seems pointless now. I ain't gonna lie, it makes sense. Slime Life, Shorty, make sure you pick up that 40. It's okay, you're clear to pick up that 40 now, okay? And Woody, you was right. You was a pioneer. If the streets are dead, F the streets. Woody really been a pioneer out here. He putting in all the work and then telling his way out of a situation, saving everybody else. Woody's the GOAT to all of you guys, really. If the streets is dead, Woody is the GOAT. Woody's your daddy. Woody is all of your daddies. All these boys killing their career one tweet at a time. People saying sticking with the street stuff is what's really killing their careers. Yes, this is the thing. All right? Listen, the time for you guys to say F the streets was right after this Thug Rico. Once Thug came home, that was the time to say F the streets. All right? Shout out to Fannie Willis. You fixed my shit. That's what you should have said. Should have been F the streets back then, but no, you were a big tough guy. You said, I'm still King Slime. I'm Ice Scooty. I'm gonna make a logo that looks really similar to YSL and be Loki. I'm Loki, still on my slime shit. Fuck the rats. Meanwhile, the rats got all the motion of making the good music, and you're just out here in the wife beater, pot belly on show, and it's just like, bro, this is a mess. Okay. We saw the streets were finished when you guys were still trying to push all the street stuff, right? When it was gonna rat, yak, correct, slime, life, shoulder. F that dude, Obama. He's still mad about baby mama. Bro, I think Obama's probably healing much more than you guys are, all right? Atlanta culture is corny. People want to say that I ruined Atlanta, but like, bro, y'all did this to yourselves. The street's been finished. Thug getting exposed for ratting really dropped the curtains on the streets. People see you talking crazy to the police in the interrogation room will get you a lot of backlash, okay? Dudes who glorify these rappers are hurt, LMAO. Rappers ain't never been the spokesperson for the streets. They just made you believe that. Rappers don't got no say on if the streets are dead or alive. Long live nut, man. Streets are dead. What about the people that died in the streets? Thug understands this needs to happen for money reasons, and that's it. Everything about Thug is fake. Talk about negative aura. Boy lost all his mystique. All his mystique. They meant mystique. All right. Hey, it's very sad. Now, a lot of people are saying Thug had no choice. All right. He had to say F the streets. Streets is over with. Thug ain't have no choice but to say F the streets. Buddy got put on a 15-year probation. He's going to be in jail the next day if he try and be on any type of street activity. Plus, he banned from Atlanta. They basically forced him out the streets. Then that video came out. He's supposedly a rat now. You don't get no incentives for acting like a street dude. He got to walk on eggshells until he's 50. Them new YNs on the block don't care or know Thug from a can of paint. All right? They're saying turn your location on. Facts. His slow ass should have been on this timing when he came home and just focused strictly on music. He would have had a better reception from the public. He should have gone gospel to win. I'm not going to lie. And 21 Savage is doing the most right now. And it's just like, it's a little bit too little too late. Because you put out that album, What Happened to the Streets, and you was hoping all the street dudes would be like, yeah, man, F the content creators. You said you was going to break my MacBook. It's in perfect condition still. But it's F the streets, so I ain't got nothing to worry about now, right? All you content creators, man. Yeah, all you content creators, bitch ass. Oh, I'll come and break your MacBook. Well, it's F the streets now, bro. It's F the streets now. You still going to break my MacBook? Or are you going to come apologize, do an interview with me? Oh, you content creators have you down bad. I heard you had one in the head. So you over here saying F the streets and squashing all your beasts, but you got one in the head for me? But that's some put. I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of. Hey, that ain't P. That's all I'm gonna say. That ain't P. All right. You got one in the head for me, but you on Twitter talking about the streets are finished. Grow up. All right. You doing this for clout. It says people saying, you know what? I like what 21's doing. All right. And he's tagging all the big boy drillers in the city. All right. Saying what you are waiting on, trying to get the youngsters, Baby Drill, Benji Bluebills, the youngsters. All right. And he said, album on the way. He tapping in with Quavo. All right. Says this could be a good step in the right direction. Streets waters down the music too. Ain't no point and no beefing. Might as well just get the city back right. And if they're doing that, just imagine what the YNs might do. They might F around and stop the beef too. This is what's needed. But people are saying it's weird because the OGs are squashing it, but the YNs still beefing. I think it's too late to stop the YNs. They should have been tried to stop it. Now they've got the YNs going overly hard in the beef. Now they want to stop it when they get old. And a lot of them YNs ain't gonna be old, unfortunately. The older folks try and squash the beefs are the ones who made it out alive. It's just that we don't hear about the ones that passed away. Right? People saying it's still bad out here. He should have tagged his own cousin and Ola. Exactly. He just making posts to be making posts. Because I'm not saying Benji ain't a factor, but what say-so does he have to stop 5L from having smoke with them? It will have to be Ola say-so. Saying Ola can't stop the youngins either. This man's clout chasing. Why ain't he at Ola? 21 been on some weird stuff lately. They're saying him and Ola been showing support. All these dudes stab each other in the back when they're not looking. When it's not looking good for nobody. In the industry, they want to make amends and still have secret animosity. He needs to tag Ola. What say-so does Benji have over Fael? He a respected member, but you're not Ola. This stuff's so weird to me because it feels like if stuff would have went how Thug wanted it to go, they wouldn't give a F about uni. This is fact. This is a great comment. They would still be gatekeeping and blackballing dudes like Gunna while still moving the goalposts for dudes they F with. Baby doing the best thing he can do right now and being quiet. Everybody that's trying to justify moving the goalposts and changing the rules is making the city look worse. 21 was Mr. Rat K, and you couldn't listen to that dude from 2016 without hearing him talk about rats. Whole time, him and the rest of the dudes was secretly giving dudes passes. All of a sudden now it's F the streets because you got exposed for not being real. You can't say you the realist when you're real. Only applies to the dudes that's benefiting from you and your crew. You couldn't tell me in 2017 that I'll hear 21 Savage say that telling on a dead dude ain't telling. It's all too late for that now. The YNs ain't trying to hear it, especially now. They know a lot of that stuff you was preaching to them was cap. You pick and choose. It ain't no leadership over there anyway. You dudes backdoor and hate on each other, and it shows. You might as well just F with who you F with and let that stuff be what it is. Even if y'all unify everybody, it's going to be secret animosity, and the music ain't going to hit the same anyway. Just my opinion. Dudes would still be sneak dissing Gunner on Twitter to this day if them jail calls ain't obliterate his rep. That's facts. Got him out of here. Finished. This is facts. Dudes let fame and ego and pleasing out-of-towners cause division, F numbers and label-mandated albums. ATL rappers need to flood it up with mixtapes because that's what really got the city turned. The whole world hating. Dudes better see ATL got to have ATL back. This is all fake, not genuine. Low album sales is what caused this. All right? 50K ain't low. Moving the goalpost for your favorite rapper, they would have clowned Gunner for 50K. They get that treatment too. Right? Hey, it's a good point, but hey, apparently 21's numbers have just gone up like 30,000 like that. People saying 21's music career is done for. All that stuff he rapping about when he got the opportunity, he didn't stand on it. Dude was dragging rats when it was 6ix9ine, but when it's your folks, he blur the lines, which is cool. But then you can't say you the realist because your real depends on who the individual is. It's facts. All these dudes look weird except Baby. I think Baby looks weird too. I think Thug stuff over with. 21 not selling 100K again. Probably work to do over 50, no more. Baby Drill not blowing up. Quavo and Offset's time has passed. I think Pop is more their lane. Just because they're trendy individuals, Atlanta won't set new heights as far as the YNs until they stop that dumb drill music. ATL's still on top of the rap game because nobody else in any other state is doing stuff on a mainstream level. That's cap. Definitely no other city got more than Atlanta, but none of it's the same. 21 effed up his face card trying to save another dude's face card, at least to the public. That is a good point. Okay. Now, a bunch of other rappers have jumped in on the bandwagon, and Atlanta, if Atlanta's known for anything, it's known for bandwagons. Okay. The bandwagons in Atlanta are rolling out the station at an alarming rate. All of these street rappers saying F the streets, not just Thug. Guess they're all going to make amends with rats that betrayed them too, right? Pooh Shiesty, he's hopping on the clout train. He doesn't even need to hop on this clout train, okay? Traumatized, F the streets, okay? F the streets. Are we gonna do a song with Quando Rondo? Is it really F the streets? You was talking all that back in blood? You need to do a song with Quando Rondo then. If it's F the streets, YFN Lucci, F the street. YFN Lucci been turned his back on the streets. If anybody is allowed to say this, it's YFN Lucci, I'm going to say. Because he's the one that actually felt the pressure. He's the one whose mother got shot by Thug's crew. If anyone can say F the streets, it's him. He's the only person that gets a pass, right? BEO Lil Kenny, okay. Hey, he's saying F the streets, that stuff paper, right? CEO Big 30, 21 Savage, F the streets, I want billions. G Herbo, F the streets. Hey, G Herbo, if it's really F the streets, man, are you gonna clean up some of those gang wars? You're gonna get the bloodhounds? You're gonna get the bloodhounds to calm down? You know what I mean? You're gonna pay tribute to some of the KTS guys? Is it really F the streets? You're gonna stop smoking posto if it's F the streets? People saying 21 feel like he got a little movement going on. They're saying he do with rappers, but the fans ain't buying it. This fool Pooh Shiesty really dropped a track last week talking about buying grenades. I wouldn't trust him. He's slimy. People saying this is promo for the deluxe, right? Yet they will all still glorify the streets and negatively influence the youth. This is all performative. I want everyone to realize if they successfully blackballed Gunna, if Thug and 21 album never flopped, that interrogation video never dropped of him rapping, they would never be on some Kumbaya stuff. These guys are in shambles. They're saying the whole system falling apart. They can't hide or lie about stuff anymore because the content creators are on their necks, on their cases. That's why 21's talking about breaking this bad boy, right? I keep holding it up because it's in pristine condition. I can sell this as if it was brand new, completely untouched. All right, they can't hide or lie about stuff no more because I'm on your case. I'm on his ass. Pause. 85% of people are financially struggling in the United States. We barely have a country right now. They're going to do a collab tape called F the Streets and it's going to sell 17K first week. All of this because the album's not selling. It's very sad. Now, who wants to line up and call out 21 Savage, okay? Of course, the guy 6ix9ine, he had everything to say, and I'm all for it. 6ix9ine called out the hypocrisy. This was top tier, okay? And he hit this with a caption, I talk facts. I didn't say this for the past 5 years. They all do the same and then cover it up when it's in their favor, when it's convenient for them, but people don't like facts, so it's always, no, it's different, but I'm happy now, y'all see. Check this out.
Gunna, Young Thug, y'all niggas fix that shit. Y'all love each other. Niggas knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time. When he told the first time. And we swept it. We, not them. We, as the whole Atlanta, we swept it under the rug for you. Actually. You know, he wasn't trying to leave you to hang, nigga. Fuck the streets. Now it's fuck the streets when it's convenient for you. The album sales is not selling, nigga. The Drake stimulus pack is not selling, nigga.
Facts.
Now y'all talking about, yo, fuck the streets. I've been talking about this 5 years ago. Y'all bend and break the rules when it's convenient for y'all. When he told the first time. So you know, homie, a rat, but it's convenient for me. Yo, my best friend could rap. You from Atlanta? He could rap, but y'all niggas can't. Yo, no, it's different, bro. It's different. I've been saying this for 5 years. Where the morals? Ain't you a street nigga? Where your principle? Where your honor? You know, homie, a rap, but you swept it under the rug. It get worse.
He's hot, man, and he has been saying this for 5 years. Right, he's right about everything. He was blackballed. He was blacklisted. Oh, you're a rat, you're a rat, you're a rat, you're a rat. Oh, but if our friends do it, it's
UCP.
And now it's F the streets.
I told you to your face, you did wrong at the party, but I never backed you on the internet. Why? Because it would have made the city look bad. Because you was putting all the young niggas on. And that would have fucked up the money. So you ready to eat from a rat? What happened to all good money? All money, not good money. Y'all was just bashing Kodak. What happened to all good money, not good money? Y'all niggas bend and break the rules when it's convenient for y'all.
Hey, it's facts, man. It's facts. He's foaming at the mouth, but it's facts. All right, it's factual foam. He was saying I was waiting on him to say something. I hate this dude, but he's spitting facts right here. Even the 21. This is the 21 Savage subreddit. This is supposed to be the 21 Glazers. All right, the 21 gun salute. All right, the 21 gun swallow salute. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So he's funny as hell. All right, people are saying, look, it's factual. It's fact, all facts, even the part about the stimmy package ain't working, because why else is he trying to rally all of Atlanta right after that shit flopped? The timing of this actually makes it even more pathetic. He wants to get stuff back together because he's flopping. I hate 6ix9ine, but he's correct. 21 told on himself, and Atlanta with that whole Twitter round. I love 21, but why are you going after snitching your whole career, and then with those tweets they reveal that you brushed it under the rug, even though you knew he snitched? What is happening? Now these guys are begging Gunna to squash it when he is somewhere minding his whole business. He's selling out stadiums. I was just there with him. I was there with him at a sold out stadium. It was lit. Better than Thug's show. 6ix9ine thinks this makes snitching acceptable when in fact it's only going to hurt 21's career. Right? I mean, Yeah, it's ridiculous. Let's move on to some other people's reaction, because the Mr. Two Watches 5 Souls got taken immediately after Lil Zay Osama. He popped out, all right, and he dissed G Herbo for saying F the streets. Kind of rightfully so. He said Lil Zay Osama disses G Herbo and Atlanta rappers for saying F the streets. Says that the streets made these rappers and they're only saying it so they can get cool with each other and do music with successful rats like Gunna. Zay Osama says the streets made you dudes who y'all is today, and you guys, all you guys glorify is the streets. A lot of you dudes put on a street persona for so long. All the so-called street dudes ratting now, it's F the streets. All these street dudes, so-called street dudes ratting now, it's F the streets. The streets got its... Bro, we need... It's definitely F the dictionary. The streets got its bad and its good dudes saying F the streets to befriend another wannabe street dude telling, I don't respect it. If I see you D-sucking ass Chicago rappers saying F the streets, you dudes are just as corny as I thought you was for real. Because a lot of you dudes wasn't street anyway. It was the dudes around you. Hashtag save the streets. Hashtag help the streets. All right. And then he posted his YN tape. All right. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this to drop. Okay. You got CEO Trail on there. Fully Chopped. Lil Deuce. Striking music with Lil Deuce. That one's going to go hard. I'm just sad we ain't got Kill Bill on there. There's still time. Put Kill Bill on there. Okay. Got YTB Fat on there and everything. So I love the streets. They supported me the whole way. I ain't in them like I used to be, but I still respect and love the street dudes. Right? So we need structure back. We need real guidance back. Unfortunately, us rap dudes made it. Got some paper and some resources, but everybody else don't got a job, don't got some connections or resources. Some dudes' only way out is the drug game. It's the street game. That's some dudes' only way out, but we're going to kick them. That's right, but we ain't going to kick them. While they're down, we're going to help them. You can't say F dudes and communities that supported you for so long. Dudes, reach back and help the streets. Don't say F them. 100. We still got family and members in the streets. Save the streets. Help the streets. I said he's right, but I guarantee you all those rappers that said F the streets will be rapping about how they sent their young dude to kill in their next track. He was saying, pin this. Even though it's got typos and shit, it's the realest thing ever said on this sub. Savage, Herbo, and Poog, 30, give them dudes 2 weeks, and the next song going to be we killed their whole block, mama's crying, dudes dying. All right? Pooh isn't the one I think will ever say F the streets, but the rest I definitely agree with. There you go, he did. He said it. He said, why are you showing me this? He said, oh, why are you showing me this, man? I thought Pooh Shiesty was still shooting people in the ass, all right? But he's saying F the streets. He don't want to shoot people in the ass no more. Said he right, though, all of a sudden they D-ride, bruh, talking about the streets is done, get the F out of here. If Thug ain't say that, then no one else would have said it. Thug is a goofball who nobody takes seriously. ATL is going out sad, and it's truly sad to see, honestly. Shout out Young Nudie and Lil Tony, all right? They're only saying it because they look goofy as hell after it came out that Thug told, and they're all struggling. These MFs spent the last year on a big anti-rat campaign against Gunna, Rollo, etc. You know what I'd like to see? I'm going to keep it real. Let me finish this comment. I'll tell you what I need to see. So, but now they all want to be kumbaya. Let me get this straight. Them saying F the streets isn't the problem. It's the timing and the reason for it. It's lame as hell. Imagine if they all said this when the Rico went down. It would actually be wholesome. Now, the reason you guys all look like clowns is because Young Thug basically dragged you all into this anti-snitching campaign. Really, you should be mad at Thug. This is the one thing. You should all turn your back on Thug. You should say you're the hypocrite, rather than jump on the hypocrite train and we've all got to get on this bandwagon and now it's F the streets. Why not just stay street and just say fuck Thug? Why not just say, you know what? Thug's just... I don't want to disrespect Thug, but it's like he's disrespected himself. Like, why don't they just say this fool was on the wrong path and we don't rock with it? But no, you've all got to jump on board and say F the streets, and that's why the whole thing is just so fake. Even Lil Durk's wife, India, is saying this is all performative and cap, all right? Perhaps because her man is sat down potentially facing life in jail for sliding, allegedly, murder for hire. Durk's wife, India, reacts to F the street. She said it's performative, and her man is booked. She might want to change her tune. She worried about the wrong things, right? There's other people, okay? Look at this. FBG Wookie, right? He gave his opinion on this. He said, I'm too broke to say fuck the streets. People saying his rap not working out for him, Future not feeding his team after these years. He said, when I get me a couple mil, I'll say F the streets. Until then, y'all boys come on and tap in. Tap in with the streets, okay? A lot of people have been saying they're all hypocrites, okay? I don't disagree, right? You fail to realize these rappers been rich, seen money, majority will never see. They've had that money and power for years. They could have pushed peace. They wasn't selling records. They had an image protect. If you don't see how lame that is, you're green and manipulatable. So look, there you have it. The streets are dead. Okay, the biggest street guys are saying the streets are finished, and Young Thug basically just destroyed Atlanta. I don't think there's much more to say than that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. But yeah, like, this is actually insane. I can't believe what I'm seeing, but we'll pick up on this later, man. Appreciate you watching. Peace.